Hi everybody, Dr. Minnow here. I'm continuing my series on the planned repossession of Costa Rica by the central banks, and this was promulgated by the Free Trade Agreement down here, Central America Free Trade Agreement, or as it's called in Spanish, TLC. And I've done several reports about the water system here, and a couple days ago about the electrical system here. They're planning to repossess these two entities from excessive amount of loans. Now, talking about excessive amount of loans, Costa Rica is among the most indebted in Latin America. And this is all by design by the central banks. Okay, the government of Costa Rica stands out in Latin America for being one of the countries with the highest indebtedness as of September 2020. And is also among those that have increased debt the most this year. Okay, this is crazy. According to the regional study, Argentina is a nation with the highest level of public debt. Of course, they got the central banks there too, as of September, followed by Brazil. Well, we all knew that when the puppet Bolsonaro, the tropical Tonto Trump, took over that country and, of course, brought in billions of loans once again. And then Costa Rica's third, and then followed by Colombia, which is pretty much owned and operated by Israel, Mossad, and the CIA because of the drug production and distributing through there. So, of course, all these articles and links will be in there. You want to browse this, go ahead. Argentina, Brazil, Costa Rica. You can see the ratio between gross output and debt through all the countries in Latin America. So this is crazy stuff. Okay, the next article here. How about this? This is after Costa Rica is already the third greatest indebted country in Latin America. Banco Nacional receives guarantee to lend 128 billion. Add that to the debt from the prior article to clients affected by the pandemic. See, this whole pandemic is why they call it a plandemic, to get everybody more in debt. For when the central banks throws the hammer down, they're repossessing everything about a country. They're nitpicking at it, first taking their utilities, taking their parks, and then taking over their politicians, which they probably done first to get all this happening in the first place. The Banco Central of Costa Rica authorizes the state bank, Banco Nacional, to use the special fund of 128 billion colones. Okay, 128 billion colones to help clients with loans in productive activities affected by this year by the economic crisis caused by the pandemic. Okay, see, this is all planned. This is putting this country in debt. They got the most asinine travel restrictions. You know, for example, on weekends, you can't drive between like 9 and 5 a.m., and on weekdays it's 10 to 5. What the hell is an hour freaking difference going to make? How is this going to stop? They had these travel restrictions in downtown San Jose Monday through Friday to cut down on the traffic of cars because the streets weren't well planned and there is a lot of traffic throughout the week there. So this is all crazy. One more article, I'll put a link in there, but I won't go over too much. Costa Rica would face debt challenge even with an IMF deal. Of course, the IMF and all the central banks are the world's largest criminals, murderers, repossessive, taking over countries, assassinating, so on and so forth. So here's another article. You can take your time through Finch Ratings, and you can check it out yourself. Okay, I'm Dr. Minnow, once again informing everybody that the process of repossessing Costa Rica is in process, has been in process, and these people need to get on the bandwagon and petition their government, especially this asshole president they got, which is a puppet of the United States and central banks. Don't pay off your loans. Do what Iceland did. You need to go to those central banks, roust up the FAs in there, the CEOs, and put them in jail. You need to go back and put the prior presidents in jail for forcing these odious loans, making this responsibility of the taxpayers, of the citizens of Costa Rica, when it's all about bad politicians. This whole pandemic, coronavirus, is all about bad politicians. It has nothing to do with your health. Okay, I'm Dr. Mennel. That's my little rant. Another segment of the repossession of Costa Rica in progress, and people need to be aware and put attention to this and stop this and default on your loans. Pura vida.